more this to execute more one test cases in the test case pane. Like for example, if I have new test case, let me see. Take me one more new test case. Whatever I add, all those will appear here. When I rename them, even if it rename or don't rename, whatever steps each of those will contain. And if you click on this, all those will get executed. This is only for the one which is highlighted. So if I select any of the one, if I play this, if I click this button, only that will be played. So this is pause button. I have shown. I will take you through in detail in pause button step over also. Step button and pause button. Yesterday we have seen that we have a menu bar, and base. We have talked about base URL. The base URL is the URL which will be picked up. The first URL that is visited by Selenium IDE, that will be recorded here as base URL. This we call it as a test case pane because all the test cases, whatever are recorded, will be mentioned here. Whatever we have run, the number of runs and failures will be shown here. if I am running 5 test cases, if all of them will pass, it will show 5 here as runs. If any one of those will fail, that the failed ones will be showing here. Then we have seen this box wherein I told you what command, target, and value is. So can you just brief me on what command, target, and value is?
Yeah, whenever we are testing a website, for say, we give the command, the website name in the command, and open would be the command, and target would be the link, and value, it depends again. Like,
yeah, if it's a text box, then we will most of the times only for text boxes we will give the values.
yeah.
And command will be the command or the action that we want the Selenium IDE to perform. Target will be the place onto which the action we want to execute. Value will be the value that we want to give into that target. So I will also show you that here we have a list of commands which we can select if we are manually preparing a test case in Selenium IDE, and we select only when you select any blank line here, only then it will show you the target box or the value box. Otherwise, command will appear. Okay, so from here we will pick up everything. Target is the place that we will recognize target using different locators. I will take you through target locators by today, end of day or tomorrow. And value, anyways, you have seen. So this is about this is a log. Whatever we don't need to remember any command or we don't need to remember what any command does. If we remember, that's more than better. That's better always. If I say here, if I select any command here, what the command does will be mentioned in the reference box. In this reference, you can get the details of what that command will actually do. So if I select something else like open, it will give the details of how to use the open command. Okay. So log will be the place where any executed commands, all the executed commands of all the test cases will be shown. One by one, how the test, whether that command has been executed or not, will be shown in the log. One by one.
Okay.
So now, yeah, any doubts?
No.
Okay. Now I'll take you through the menu bar. In menu bar we have file. First I'll show you file. In file we have new test case. If you want to add any new test case into the test case pane, then you will use new test case. any test case which you already saved, then the new test case, sorry, the test case that you want to open from anywhere which is already saved, you can use open. Okay, you have this open. You will use this open when you want to open any test case that you have already saved on your system. Save test case, you can save any test case. For example, if I want to save this test case, untitled, there's no commands. Still, let me give me one or two commands. Okay, just opening this website is my one of the test case. I'll save it somewhere. Save test case. I'll name it as first.html. Any test case that you want to save from Selenium IDE should be HTML format. Say all Selenium IDE test cases will be HTML format test cases. Why?
Because it understands only HTML and it's browser based.
Right. So I'll save it as first.html. So this is my test case. When I have it as a blank test case pane, I want to open that test case. I'll say open, and then I can choose this. Whatever commands I have given inside that will automatically come up if I choose that. Okay. So this is how I open any test case. Let's say I have more than one test cases that I want to open. That way also you can use it for open. Save test case, just now I have shown you. Save test case as also will almost be for the same purpose. Export test case as, okay. Right now we don't have many commands in this test case. Or let me take you to any. Okay, this I have these many commands in this test case. When I want to convert this test case, whatever is there that we can see in the Selenium IDE format, into any format of Selenium RC or WebDriver or any other language specific framework also, then I will use export test case. Export test case as see here. I have C hash NUnit, which means if you want to use .NET, in .NET NUnit framework, if you want to use and you want to use WebDriver, then this is option.
Okay.
This is for remote RC using .NET. This is for Java JUnit for WebDriver, Java JUnit for WebDriver back, Java JUnit for remote control, JUnit 3 remote control, Java TestNG remote control, Python, Ruby, all this. So when I select, let's say if I select Java JUnit for WebDriver, it will ask me to save it somewhere. Okay, I for this also I give us first, but this file, because I said it is Java JUnit 4, so my language is Java. I have to save it as Java file, first.java. Any name you can give. When I open this, when I open that from the actual place, it is coming. This in edit mode I am opening to Notepad. I copy and put it in a Word file, that will be understandable. Okay. This is what I copied and pasted. All the steps of whatever I copied or whatever I exported, those will be converted into Java code. When I say export test case as, if you convert it into C hash, then it will get converted into C hash, this script, and it will show up here. Which means the basic code, whatever you have recorded, that can be converted into any language. That is available in this Selenium IDE to export it as. You understand? You understand?
Mm-hmm.
So what people will do in companies is, they will not write all the steps. There is no need to write all the steps from starting onwards also. From scratch, nobody will write. They will just record the basic few steps. Whatever sanity test we will perform, like that, the basic few steps of executing a test case, we will record. That script in Selenium IDE, we will export it to whatever language specific and whatever framework specific they will use in their companies. Once the exporting thing happens, this code will be copied and put it into any place, like Selenium. For Selenium, we will use usually Eclipse IDE. Any idea you have about Eclipse IDE?
Yeah, I think even that is an environment where you develop Java. Yeah.
It's an integrated development environment wherein you develop Java, or you can even write test cases for Java-based Selenium or anything.
Okay.
Alright, so usually that will be mostly used by Java developers.
Mm-hmm.
We are using it because we are working on Java, and Selenium is Eclipse is very ideal for Java-based work. Anything it could be, testing or development or anything. So we will copy this code into Eclipse IDE and we will perform changes, whatever we want, and we will expand the test case to the features that we want to write. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So that's about the option of export test case as. We have seen new test case, open, save test case, so export test case as. Recent test cases, whatever recent test cases that we have opened or saved, it will show here.
Okay.
Then add test case. If you want to make a test suite, let's say this is the, let's say add test case. If I add this, it will come up here. If I add one more, all those will be coming up here. which means if I have 20 test cases, separate test cases, okay, I want to choose out of those 20 test cases, I want to choose 5 test cases, and I want to make it as a test suite. Okay, some 5 test cases I want to choose, and I want to make the 5 test cases as a test suite. Then I will use this add test case option. I will use this add test case option, and I will add all the tests that I want to make as a test suite into this place. Okay. Then I will use save test suite or save test suite as to save the test cases, all the test cases into a test suite. So when you say open test suite, when you select the test suite, all the test cases that you have saved into that will come up over here. Yeah, I will show you that thing also.
In what scenarios do we usually use the test suites like this? I mean, if there's anything like if it requires like 4 or 5 test cases, we just put them together and do it as a suite, or
Yeah, usually what happens is 4 5 screens of the same module will be part of your test suite. It will not be like interrelated. It will be always interrelated only. Let's say, for example, I'm I will record opening my web page of so and so website, clicking on a link or a button, and then going to the sign in box or login window, and then giving user ID password till that point, or clicking on the submit button also till that point is one test case. After that, going into the next page and performing some changes, those will be one more test case. So when I execute one by one, I will execute all the related test cases. In such scenarios, we will use test cases. For sanity testing, it's like you in first page you will check all the links. In the second page you will check all the links, or in one page you will check whether it is working or not, whether text boxes is working, whether the link all links that you want to check are working or not. Like that, each page you will try to check. So whatever are related to one module, you will put all them together. Okay. So it's similar to our test suite or test batch that we discussed in manual testing. Then add test case. I will save this test case also. Okay, now I have first and second. So I'll just say new test suite. Both of these will go. Now I'll say don't. I just said don't save a test suite. Now what I'll do? I'll open one test case. If I again say open one more test case, both of them will not coexist. See, if I want to open one, only one will open. Again, if I go for open, the one which was already present will go off, and I will be able to open the second one only. So in such case, when I say add test case, I can still add it, and like this also I can run. Or if I want to save the test suite, I can add all the number of test cases that I want. Then I will save the test suite. Save test suite. When I say, it will ask me for a name. I'll just say test suite. And when I save it, now when I open the test suite, when I say open test suite, when I click this test suite, both of those test cases will come up. One second. Where did I go? Okay, this is different. what I wanted or what I saved is not there.
Test here.
This one. Yeah. This one. First and second. Okay. So this is how I save test suits, save test cases, open test cases, open test suits. Okay. Export test suite also you can do. If you want to export the entire test suite, not a single test case, not just this one or two test case. How many, whatever number of the test cases are there. If you want to export all the test cases as a test suite, that also you can do. Okay.
Okay.
So that's about the file. Now edit. In edit we have undo, redo, all these are the same. Only new things are these two. Insert new command and insert new comment. If you say insert new command, whatever in between whatever two steps you say insert new command, there will be one more line that will get added.
Okay.
So you want to make whatever changes you want to make or whatever you want to add, you can add in between those two lines.
Okay.
And insert new comment is, if I want to insert comment, this is my line and I want to insert a comment. So when I write in that line, this is a comment line.
Okay.
You can observe that
Yeah.
the color of the font is also different when I made it as a comment. It's in a violet color. So
Yeah.
whenever you run it, that step will not get executed. It will not execute the test case, that line, because that's the comment. Okay.
Okay.
So to make better understandability in the test case, we can add comments like this. Okay, that's about edit. Now actions. In actions, whatever actual buttons that we have on this as a toolbar, the same things are present. You have a record button that you have on the right hand side as a button. Play entire test suite, play current test case. These two buttons as the options are there. Okay, for resume step, these two also seen as options, menu options in actions.
Your
Fastest or
voice is
faster.
breaking. I think there's some disturbance in the line.
No, I'm able to hear you clearly, and I don't see any problem with the line also.
It's only with
Not
the
able to
volume.
hear.
I can hear you, but it's like breaking in between. I think it's fine now.
Okay. All right. I'll repeat whatever I've said again. All the buttons on the Selenium IDE screen can be seen in the actions menu. So the record button can be seen as a record option. Play entire test suite, play current test case options. The green buttons, these two green buttons can also be seen as the menu options. We have the pause resume step of buttons which are also part of this. Then fastest, faster, slowest, slower. This slider is also represented using this menu options. Then we have this, one second.
Hello? Hello? Hello?
Hello? Hello? Hello?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, sorry. I got a call, so I had to stop in for 1 2
Yeah,
minutes.
that's fine.
So this was about the actions. These are the buttons. These are the specifications of those buttons. What happened? 1 second. Sorry, my wife, she's out of station,
Okay.
so
Yeah.
she's calling whether I had dinner or not or that.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay, so this is about the actions where we have seen the passes, the slider options are given. The toggle breakpoint is where you want to stop. For example, if I want the flow of playing the test case to stop, to come and stop at this point. I can just right click and say toggle breakpoint, or I can go to this actions and use toggle breakpoint. So this pause button will come over here,
Mm-hmm.
which means my test case will come to this point and it will stop when I press play. So it will come to that point and it will stop. Okay, see here. Type ID is equal to SB underscore form underscore Q roses. That till that point it has already got executed. Now I can execute it one by one, step by step. So from here on I can use this step.
Mm-hmm.
If I just press this step, it will execute that particular step, current step. For the next step again I can click on this step. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So that's how we use. Which means if you feel that there is any step that is wrong or that we want to test again and again separately, then we will put a breakpoint and we will use this step icon. Okay.
Yeah.
So to remove the same also use the same option. Okay. Now that's about toggle breakpoint. Set or clear start point. This is for playing the test case from that point. If I want to, if I want my test case to get executed from a particular point, if I let's say if I have 100 steps, in 100 steps, I want to execute only some 50, the second 50, not the first 50. So I want to start from a particular point. What I will do, I will take my web page to the point where it should actually start from the 51st step. I will do it myself manually. Then I will put a start point from the 51st step and I will execute it. You understand me?
Yeah.
Which means, like for example, I have steps for logging into a web page or logging into Gmail or Yahoo Mail. As let's say those are some 10 steps. After going into the Yahoo inbox, checking for different mails or something, those are, for example, those are some other 10 steps.
Mm-hmm.
I already will keep my web page ready by logging into the Yahoo Mail, and then I will perform the second 10 steps by putting a start point from the 11th step. Okay, when there is a need for that, we will do that. Usually we will not do it. Okay, there is an option for it. So clear the start point also, we use the same option. Now execute this command. in action we have a last one, execute this command. If you want to execute only one command, let's say if I want to execute only this command, I can either double click on it. Double clicking is one option. I can either double click on it. Let's say I'll be in google.com, and if I double click on this option, it will take me to the bing.com. I'm executing only this command. I can use this double clicking, or I can use execute this command for the program to execute that command. If I use execute this command, it would have been closed. So that's how you use the actions menu options. Now these options. In options we have format. Format we don't have many options or any options actually. Okay. I'll take you through the menu. Keyboard format. If you want to copy, see in keyboard format it is already showing out to the Java JUnit 4 WebDriver, because we have already copied or exported the test case into this format, isn't it? Previously we just changed the format into this, so it will point out to the format which we already used. Clear history, it will clear all the history. Reset ID window, it will take the ID window to the normal default settings. Okay, you can also use options. In options you have all the options to use. These I'll not take you through in depth of this thing, because we will not be using these things. Why? Is that only thing that I'll take you through is this default timeout. For example, if any of the objects that Selenium IDE will not find on the web page, let's say I recorded this test case, and I gave type ID is equal to, when recorded it will get picked up ID is equal to sb underscore form underscore q, which is the ID of that element. Let's say till what time the Selenium IDE will wait for this target to appear on the web page is 30 seconds. If the web page is, let's say bing.com is still opening, and it did not open for 30 seconds, then it will say timeout. You understand it? Or if this element is not found on the page is opened, but this element is not found. To find that element, it will wait for default those many seconds that is shown in the options.
Okay.
Which means for 30 seconds by default it will wait. This is in milliseconds. 30 seconds by default it will wait. You can even change this option. Okay?
Yeah.
This one we already discussed.
Mm-hmm.
Start recording immediately on open. Okay, I can rename a test case in Selenium IDE also. While these two names I gave while saving. Instead of while saving, I can rename a test case on Selenium IDE. Let's say it's now untitled. When I double click on it, okay. When I go to properties in the file menu, it will show me some details. I can go to this title and I can say my test case, whatever name I want to give. It will show me with that name. But this is nowhere related to what with the name that we are saving the test case.
Okay.
We can save with the same name or any other name. That's up to us. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
is about the Selenium IDE menu, file menu, and other menus on the menu bar, and the icons on the Selenium IDE. Now let me show you few slides in which the same thing I have mentioned. Selenium IDE screenshot and what each of these icons will do. I have given test case pane, example log pane, sample script. I have given. There's something called a context menu. Okay. Yesterday I told you to download Selenium IDE. Did you download Firebug also?
I think I did. Yeah, I have Firebug also.
Okay, now I'll show you something. On this web page, let's say I go to this view, go to some other page. Wikipedia and Google. In this web page, I want to verify through programming. If through programming I want to verify, that's it. Through recording concept, I want to verify whether this text is present on the web page or not. Whether this text is present on the web page or not.
Okay.
I told you something called checkpoints in Qt. You remember?
Yeah, I think it's similar to
Yeah, similar to checkpoints.
debug kinds, yeah.
So, in case when you want to verify whether this text is present on the web page or not, you will use it through something called context menu while recording. I'll just right click on this element, whatever I want to verify. I will go to show all available commands. When you right click, it will show this thing. If you have only when you have Selenium IDE open, and when you have Selenium, apart from Selenium IDE, when you also have Firebug installed, only then it will show up. Otherwise, it won't show.
Okay.
Okay, you should have Selenium IDE open. If you close it, Selenium IDE, when you right click, it will not show up. So Selenium IDE should be open, and Firebug should also be installed in your system, in your Firefox. Then it will show up like this. So show all available commands. When you just point out to show all available commands, this will come up like this. Here we have assert title, assert value, assert text, assert element present, verify title, verify all this. These are the other different types of checkpoints. If you talk about checkpoints in Qt, these are similar to checkpoints: asserting elements, verifying elements, then waiting for the elements. Last is storing elements. I will not talk about storing elements in Selenium IDE because that's not effectively handled in Selenium IDE. That can be effectively handled in programming through RC and WebDriver. So during that time, I will take more time on it.
Okay.
So why I am delaying or why I am not discussing those things is, in real time, nobody uses Selenium IDE to that level. Using Selenium IDE to that level is irrelevant and unimportant when you have more flexible options of using the same features through coding. Because nobody uses in real time, what is the use of learning those things also? So, alright, so when I want to verify whether this title is present on the web page or not, this rows is present on the web page or not, I will right click and say show all available commands, assert title rows. See, assert title rows. Okay. Now previously we were able to see only the base URL. After the base URL, what is there? We used to give only slash. But now you can see this is the main URL, wikipedia.org. In wikipedia.org, which page we went? /wiki/roles. That is the open target that will show us. Not the just open slash. It is now showing the base URL will show here. The base main page of the URL. In that page, what is the sub URL that we went to? That will be shown in the open. You're getting the point?
Mm-hmm.
So when I say assert title, this point, when I say assert title, it will assert or it will check for that title, whether the title is present on the web page or not. It's similar to the text checkpoint.
Yeah.
In QTP. So we have two options, assert and verify with the same commands, all the same commands. If you see, we have actually 4, but these two are the two different types of checkpoints. We have with the same options, assert and verify.
Yeah.
So any guess what is the difference?
Assert, I think if you're just putting it as a checkpoint and maybe if we select verify, it will see if that option is present or not.
Both will perform the same thing. However, there is only one difference. If I use verify option, and if when recording I use verify option, or when manually writing the test case in Selenium IDE, I may use verify option. But when actually the test case is being executed, if the test case or if Selenium IDE does not find that element on the web page, then when we use verify statement, the next step will get executed. If all the elements are on the same page and you want to verify one element and that element is not found, but in the same page some other elements you wanted to verify, those elements are present, those steps will get executed.
Can you repeat this once again? Yeah.
Okay. I have this rows as a rows text. I have this image also. I have this contains text. I have some other links. I have all these links. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
In this page, I have multiple elements. In the same page, I have multiple elements. I am verifying one element. Again, I will use. I will write some more steps. I will verify another element, or I will say verify, and I will perform the next steps. For example, here I have here I said assert title. I'll use some other steps next after this. I will write some more steps, or I'll record some more steps. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
If I use verify statement here, if while verifying by Selenium IDE, the target is not found also, it will do the next steps.
Okay.
If I use assert and if it does not find the target,
okay,
then it will stop there.
Okay. Yeah.
Why is this relevant to us is, in the same page I want to identify multiple, or I want to check whether multiple different elements are present or not. Then I will use verify statements for each of those elements.
Okay.
But to identify those elements, I have to come to this page first, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
So after coming to this page, I will want to assert that I came to the correct page or not. Only when I came to the correct page, I can verify all the other elements. So when I come to asserts, I will use only when I want to stop execution if I don't want to go ahead. You understand the
Okay.
point?
Yeah.
So assert will be used only when we want to compulsorily make sure that we are on the correct web page, or whether a correct object is found to us. Only then we want to go ahead. If we don't come to this page by default, if we don't come to this page through the Selenium IDE, then executing the next steps is also a waste of thing, isn't it?
Yeah.
Assuming that we are on this page, we are verifying we are using the verify statements for other steps. If you are not at all in this page, then the other steps cannot be executed. So we will use assert in such scenarios.
Okay.
Okay. That's about, and this right-clicked option of show all available commands and all these commands. This is called context menu.
Okay. And these are available only if we have Firebug installed.
Yeah. Otherwise, it will not show.
Yeah.
And we have multiple options for asserting and verifying. Assert text, assert title, assert value, assert table, assert element present, verify title, verify value. These are not highlighted. Only which are particularly suitable for that element that you've just right clicked on, those will be highlighted, which are contextual to those. Okay, verify title, verify text, verify element present. Verify element present can be used for any element, whether it is a text or image or link or anything. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
If it's text or if it's title, then we use text or title specifically. If you just want to assert whether or verify a particular text, only then you use assert title or text. If it is an element, if it is you don't know what type of element it is, or even if you know you want to use assert element, you can use assert element for any of the elements. It may be link or text or anything. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
After the next we have wait for title or wait for commands. Wait for commands, when we use, they will wait for the element to come onto the page or load onto the page.
Okay.
For example, in this code, I don't have, but usually whenever you record the test case and whenever you click on any element, let's say I click on this, when I record it using the Selenium IDE, it will usually record it as click and wait, so that until the next page comes up, it has to wait.
Yeah.
Similarly, I will have wait for command. Wait for command will be to wait till that element is present or not.
Okay.
So when I right click on this, on any element and say show all available points, when I say wait for text, it will wait when I record the steps, or when I use this command in the Selenium IDE test case. When I say wait for title, it will wait for the title to present, or it will wait for the title to get loaded onto the page. If the internet is slow, wait for we will be using more. And most of the times we will use wait for images, because they take time to get loaded.
Yeah.
Okay. You can wait for a title, text, or element, anything. Wait for element present we will use usually for images. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So this is about assert, verify, wait for, and store. I have given a screenshot of context menu. Then in assert what are present, and then verify, wait for, and store. Okay, store actually I will not take you to in depth on it, but what store we use it is you will store the elements of the web page into a variable, but it's like somewhat critical, or it makes us uncomfortable to use through Selenium IDE to store elements and then play them all that. The same thing using recording, instead of using Selenium IDE or recording the same steps can be performed in using Java or anything in Eclipse IDE in 2 or 3 steps. The same things here will take a lot of stress for us. So that's why I didn't want to take you through that.
Okay.
Okay, this is about the IDE 3, IDE 4 I take you. Assert items, verify items. See, assert will fail the test and abort the current test case. A verify will fail the test and continue to run the test.
Yeah.
Wait for command will wait until specific time. Store element to store elements or the text on the web page we will use it. These are the sample script screenshots I have given. Adding Selenium IDE comments, we have seen this already.
So is wait for command and text same or it will differ?
Wait for text, you will say. I didn't get
Okay.
you.
Yeah, wait for text and wait for command.
Wait for command, you have to give some time, specifically some time.
Okay. That is with respect to time. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Then okay, today I'll stop it here. From tomorrow we will continue and we will look at locators.
Okay.
How to locate or how to identify an element on the web page.
Fine.
Okay. So bye for today, and same time we will continue from tomorrow. Bye bye.
Okay. Yeah. Bye.
Okay, 1 second. Are you available? Your today evening time?
Yeah, I'll be available.
So your 6:30 evening, most probably I can take a class your 6:30 evening. I will inform you if I'll be taking class.
Okay.
15,
So that will be
before.
6 o'clock your time and 6:30 mine, right?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah.
I'll just inform you 15 minutes before if I'll be taking it.
Okay.
If you are not going anywhere, that's fine. Otherwise, if you plan anything or something, then I will inform you by 11:30 or so. Today
Yeah,
is
that's
11:30.
right. Yeah.
Okay. Do you
Okay.
have any plans of going out like that?
No, I'll be home. I mean, I may go out for just yoga, but I'll be home by 6. So that's fine.
All right. Then that's
Yeah.
fine.
Yeah.
Thank you. Bye.
Yeah. Thank you.